Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, Alexander Hilly123 here, and it's time for a new video. And as you can see from the title, as you can see from the video in front of you, today it's time for the classic series to return. I used to do this a long time ago on my channel. I'm talking about 10 years plus, when I primarily did one-off videos on classic games from the Mega Drive, PS1 era, some even older, and some more recent. Classic for me has to be at least over 10 years to go into this selection, and I've never done, as far as I can recall, any of the old Pro Evolution Soccer games on my channel. Now, I did do a one-off video of ISS Pro Evolution 2 and ISS 98 ages ago, but never the old Pro Ev games. And all the old Pro Ev games from the original to Pro Ev 2008 were absolutely incredible. The classic era, and the newer games, not a patch on them. And I don't know what it is, but this last couple of months, I play all sorts of different video games, but I've been hankering to play a good football game, and the market is just now FIFA and nothing else, isn't it? And FIFA was at its best, in my opinion, probably around about FIFA 9, 10, 11. I haven't played one since then. I haven't played any football games since Pro Evolution Soccer 2016. So, but yeah, my three favourites in the series are 4, 5 and 6, and I've just got a HDMI converter, so I'm playing this off the actual hardware using a little PS2 HDMI converter. Got it off Amazon, about £7. Works absolutely fine. The only thing is, you're not going to be able to hear the audio because capturing it through my Elgato, it distorts the audio. I've had a look online. I don't know what the fix is, and I can't be arsed anyway. So you guys aren't going to hear the audio. My apologies. That's just the way it is, as Tupac Shakur once said. I don't know what I'm going to do. I might have some stock kind of football sounds in the background or something. I might just have silence, I don't know. But it's the original Pro Evolution Soccer today, ladies and gentlemen, released in 2001. And I remember getting this for the PS2 back when I was about 12 years of age in December 2001, Christmas 2001. This and Code Veronica X, Resident Evil Code Veronica X, and just being blown away by the difference in graphics from ISS Pro Evolution 2 and the FIFAs of the late 90s, early 2000s, and just PS1 graphics. You had to be there, and if you weren't there, you won't understand and appreciate, but if you were, holy shit. And, at the time, obviously, the internet was around, but I was only 12, so I didn't have a concept of what these graphics were going to look like at all, so to see the real players' faces and all that, and how good the game was, gameplay-wise, just absolutely phenomenal. It really is. Now, this introduction to the game, I'm going to put the headphones next to the microphone here. So this is the way that you guys will be able to perhaps hear the sound, but I'm not going to do that for the game. There's a headphone jack within this converter, and that's where the sound is coming from for me to hear, but it's not going to come from the computer. It's not actually capturing the audio. I've had to mute it because it'd sound distorted and horrible. But all the introductions to the old Pro Ev games are phenomenal. But this one, I tell you now, it hits home hard. I think this is one of the most incredible introductions to any game, but especially football, and how, nostalgic this is. But yeah, this is goosebump inducing. This is absolutely incredible. Musically, cinematically, this is one of my favourite pieces of music and cinematic moments in a game ever. This is phenomenal.
Soccer.
Chris James. Quite a funny story about Chris James, actually. But, yeah, kind of ruined by the who's the daddy thing in the football tribe and the fact that Emil Heskey ends it all. That's a bit bizarre by the end, but, you know, that was just phenomenal back in the day. And dare I say it, a little bit goosebump inducing as well. Absolutely phenomenal. The pitch is in good condition. So I'm probably just going to lower the sound now so you guys can't hear it through the headphones as much. But I can't do this in silence. I need a bit of audio going on. Christ almighty, that's actually really loud. So, we're just going to have a one-off game. As you can see with friendlies, I thought you could have... Oh, you can have club teams. So if we look at the club teams here, you've just got the best few teams from the top competitions. I say that, I mean, there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 English teams. Got a few Spanish, French. There's Ajax. There's obviously River Plate, Boca Juniors. A few German ones, Italian. But there's not a huge roster of club teams. You've got the league mode, the cup mode, the master league, the practice mode, and the edit mode. And this is the same across the whole of the PS2 Pro Ever games. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And, yeah. I think the first 2 games, I've been playing them all, you know, like I say, I've had this adapter for about a week now, and I've just been playing the old Pro Ever games, not really sticking on one, which isn't really a good way to... Oh my lord. Good way to get better at the games. Yeah, we'll just have a quick 10-minute game. No extra time, no penalties. Stadiums, as you can see, not too many. You've got San Siro, Barcelona's, Highbury, Amsterdam Arena, Bayern Munich's, Monte Carlo? Is that Monaco's? An Asian stadium. Heck of a lot more in the... Because I guess we'll play at Highbury. Remember Highbury? Let's play a night as well. The first 2 games, like I say, have aged a little bit now, but they're still very fun. And always loved the teams coming out. I always thought these menus were really good. This is something that I never liked about the old Pro Ev games, though. If you had like a league campaign, you could choose to have, I do believe, a cumulative fatigue on. And if you did, then by default your players would be, I think, in better form ever so slightly. But the form made no sense, because you could have a player who scored a hat-trick, and the next game, if you look at Andy Cole, Danny Murphy, you know, they're in poor form. There's no rhyme or reason to the form. Now, if you have a friendly, you can choose it not to be random like this. It was always an interesting concept for me. Like, a player's stats should surely dictate how they play. I don't know what other people think of that. But, yeah, I'm going to keep everything as is here. This is probably England's team in 2001. It's around the time that we beat Germany 5-1. Nick Burnby on the left is a little bit of an interesting one, but it is what it is. Refreshing breeze over the pitch. Oh my god, this music as it come out. Don't know if you guys can hear the music. My apologies again, that it has to be muted because it, honestly, it sounds like you're underwater. But look at these player faces for 2001. Look at the lens glare there. Look at the crowd. This is 22 years old. Don't know why Michael Owen's got red hair, but let's roll with it. I tell you what, Emerton Kewell Viduka, a few others who I know. Australia had a decent team back then. So I'm just going to put the camera angle to wide because you can see much more of the pitch. And a big, I can't remember what star rating. I think, are we on 4 stars here? Oh my lord, they're putting the pressure on there. I say I've been playing a lot of them, the Pro Ev games, for the last week, but I've played a lot more of 3, 4 and 5. I only played 1 game of this, 2. and 6 and 2008. We'll be bringing all of them to the channel in the next coming weeks, ladies and gentlemen. One video a week or so. But 3 to 6, maybe even 2008, you know, they all play very similar to each other, whereas this and 2 feel unique. It feels like a totally different game engine. But my lord, this is still playable even now. Got David Beckham here with the captain's armband. And it always felt that Beckham had like his own unique animation of crossing the ball and curling it and everything. It just felt amazing. And all the players, it's not like the old FIFA games. And like I say, I've not played a FIFA game since FIFA 2012. And I've not played a Pro Ev game since 2016. But all the players feel unique. They've all got individual skill sets to set them apart. Michael Owen's rapid, for example. Beckham curls the ball incredibly well. You got your strong defenders there. The atmosphere, the crowd, pretty good for its time. I don't know if it's this game, but maybe 2 or 3. Even the England fans are singing Real Britannia and shit like that, real songs. This was just mind-blowing back in 2001. It will come across as a little bit dark for you guys on the footage. Now, obviously, I'm not a PC gamer, but I have seen people, you know, playing the older games on PC, making them look absolutely fantastic. I watched a lot of this guy play Pro Ev 4 and 5 on the PC, and it just looks so good. Ooh, teasing cross there from Ashley Cole. But yeah, we really need a competitor to FIFA again, man. Or whatever it's called these days, EA Sports FC. Absolutely tragic, man. Fuck EA. Paul Scholes losing the ball in the centre of midfield. You can't keep dancing around the Pro Ev games from one to the other and hope to get better. Sticking to the same game is how I'm going to get better. And if I had to say, I mean, you guys tell me in the drop-down menu your favourite in the series, but if I had to pick just one, I think I would choose 4. It was quite an arcadey version of the game. And then you play 5, and I was just on 5 before doing this video, because that is also one of my favourites. 5 is a midfield battle. It's a slog. It's a Serie A Italian football kind of pace. But I do believe with these older Pro Ev games, I mean, I put this on a 10-minute game, but it's still only 27th minute. But I was finding that with Pro Ev 4 and 5, obviously this is 4-star, but I went up to 5-star, the hardest difficulty, although you can unlock level 6, and a lot of the games were very close, like 0-0, 1-0, but there were chances either way, and it didn't feel too easy, it didn't feel too hard, and it felt realistic, you know? It felt really satisfyingly realistic. Now, I'm obviously talking whilst I play here, and it's not really helping me concentrate. Emileski there with a great tackle. But look at Mert Viduka there, bring that ball down, back to goal. You know, he was a strong player with not a lot of pace. Fucking hell. Oh my lord. Not too far away there, a bit too much power on the kick though from Karika. But there's a lot of hidden like controls as well. This screen here doesn't really tell you. It just tells you how to change cursor, dash, through ball, shoot, short pass. L1 and X is to give and go. 1-2, and you press triangle, give it back. The 1-2s, I'd say from Pro Ev 3 onwards, are absolutely vital. But I was looking at this button config on Pro Ev 4, and it's more in depth than that, and it tells you how to do a few different skills, like the Mercier turn, and a few other tricks as well, just 2 or 3. And then also there's the manual pass, so using the R3 button. And the gameplay here isn't very good, but I can assure you, once we get to Pro Ev 3, I'll be better. What's that in the corner? It's in the onion bag. It's Viduka. Yeah, not sure what that is in the corner. What a wonderful cross. But yeah, the manual passes, they're hard to pull off. I wouldn't recommend doing them all the time. But if you see a player in a bit of space, sometimes it can really benefit instead of doing a normal pass. What the fuck is that? Jesus. Well, this is a bit of a tragedy, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm not going to restart the video just because of it. Ass Cole. Obviously, there is another A Cole in the squad. Here we go, give and go. Oh, Heskey's not moving on. What? I'm sure. I think the 1-2 should be in the game. Heskey! Oh, look at that! What a bloody finish! Give me a refund. Where is the realism? Emil Heskey just scored. No, he was a decent target man back in the day. He put a player like Owen with him, and it was a good partnership for club and country, actually. But fantastic play here from Owen. Great cross. And look at that. On the left foot, I think Heskey was right-footed. I can't remember. But that technique, low along the ground and just about in the onion bag. And I have to say that that's pretty much an undeserved equaliser there for England. Rio Ferdinand and Emil Heskey just having a little chat. And you see here the statistics. We've had a lot more possession. But yeah, because of the audio issue, I'm not going to be able to bring Let's Plays of these games to the channel. I did think of, last winter when it was the World Cup. I say last winter, it's still bloody freezing now in mid-April. But I was thinking of doing Champman 0102, 2002 World Cup with England, but it never materialised. But one day we'll do some shit like that. Oh, so in this game, when you use the right stick to... I'm using the right stick to pass here, ladies and gentlemen. That's why that went nowhere. You don't actually have a barometer of power at the bottom. You do in the other games, at least from 3 onwards. I'm not sure about 2. You also have a high through ball with L1 and circle. And it feels so damn satisfying. And oh, Jesus! Go off the line from Sol Campbell. And I think that's what, for me, differentiated FIFA and Pro Ev back then. Creativity and the through balls and shit like that really mattered. There's a 1-2. Owen's looking for it, but it wasn't on. Also, when you're turning away from defenders like there, I'm doing with Heskey, if you press R2, the player will kick the ball just a little bit further away from them. What the fuck was that? Instead of pressing R1, like if you've got space to run into and you keep tapping R1, the player, I think by default, leaves more space in between the dribbles. I think that's right. There's a lot of... You can do step overs as well. I think you keep mashing the L1 button, at least in the later games. Not sure about this. But yeah, there's a surprising amount of depth to these games. Or you can also feint as well. That's not, pass out and feint. If you press the square button, you see the power bar crop up. And before the shot gets popped off, you press the X button. Oh my lord, what a save there. Then the player will not actually shoot. I'll show you guys in a minute. But yeah, Australia, yet again, the better team here. I'm struggling to get some possession. As you can probably tell, there's a lot of these niggly kind of fouls that break up the play. Pro 5 did that more than any other in the series. I think it was Pro 4 when they introduced advantages. There's the through ball, but it's not working. I'm a bit frustrated in all honesty. Something else I just need to tell you guys though, but I don't think, unfortunately, here Can I do it now? No, I can't. That's a shame. Can I not? No, I can't. You do have the option to manually control the players, or something that's called the cursor speed. Oh, here we go. Oh, oh yeah, there's a few other things to mention to you guys as well. Beckham. Ooh, even the crossing is better than FIFA though, because you get a normal, well, high cross. Just press circle once. Press it twice, it's like a near post head height cross, and then press it 3 times, you get a low cross that's drilled into the box. And obviously it depends on what the situation requires. You can also curl the ball really well from free kicks. I always found the free kicks quite tough to manage, but that's satisfying. Great play from Sol Campbell. Gerrard, back to Heskey. I think I might bring Nick Burnby off soon. But it's hard to get past the defence. You know, when I was younger, I was better at this game. And I'm not really... I mean, this game's still great, but I want to play... If I'm going to get into a league campaign, I would play the Master League or some shit like that soon. I'm going to do it on 4, 5 or 6. Because that's the Holy Trinity for me. And, you know, the downhill spiral all started with the... Oh, Bambi! Ooh, bloody hell. I rustled the side of the net from the outside, I do believe. Yeah, the downward spiral all started with the PS3 360 era. Oh, no, bloody hell, hit the bar. And the game's never really recovered from them. And they made 1 or 2 decent games in the series, but... Fowler going to come on for Heskey, I guess. I don't really go too in-depth with the tactics, but you can do a surprising... I won't say a surprising amount of shit tactically, but you can change the formation as you'd expect. You can tweak the exact position on the pitch where the player goes. In the later games as well, you could have a player as a support striker instead of a full-on striker, for example. Here's Scholes. Oh, another shot whistles over the bar. But I think I'm getting slightly better now, getting into the game a bit. I think England did play Australia in the early 2000s in a friendly. I think it was Wayne Rooney's debut. I don't know how I remember this kind of shit, ladies and gentlemen. I think we lost as well. I can't remember. And we're losing again! It's Harold Kewell. Not Harry Kewell, ladies and gentlemen, but Harold. A calamity of errors at the back. Hits the post and goes in. And we lose the ball from the kickoff as well, so it's not looking good. In 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in 2008. Don't know if I'll play as England every time. I'll probably play as a different team. And then we'll have a few games as club teams as well. Go on. I think Fowler's left-footed, isn't he? Oh, yes, he is. Look at that for a right foot shot. It was bloody awful. You feel really under pressure in this game, though, when you're trying to keep it, you know. It's hard to keep possession. It's hard to sustain attacks. It just makes it more satisfying when you win. There's so many great things to say about the All-Pro Ev games, ladies and gentlemen. I think my least favourite is probably 2. There was something not quite right about 2. And probably 2008. I think the writing was on the wall by then. That it wasn't quite as good as the others, and they were working more on the 360 PS3 versions of the game, and it was a bit of a cash grab. Not good at all. What a goal that was. But yeah, apologies, ladies and gentlemen, that performance was pretty dire. But look at that. Double the amount of shots Australia have, but they only had 36% possession. Chris James is signing off, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, next week, So I do believe I'm going to just keep doing one of these. So stay tuned. Pro Evolution Soccer 2 coming up. Then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And, oh, not 7. That's made up. In 2008. It's just such a shame that this series has gone now. Because the old games are still utterly phenomenal and always will be. Thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. See you soon. Bye-bye.